Welcome back everybody, how you all doing? I hope you're having a great day. Or hello, it's your first time here. I'm Wayne, I'm so glad you could join me. Right, we've got 10 American things foreigners will never fully understand. I don't know what they're going to talk about. Perhaps I do understand, that's why I don't know what they're going to talk about. But yeah, I'll let you know whether I understand it or not. AC units, but I do understand that now because in the comments you've been telling me why you have it, because without it, you'd be a goner. Someone in the comments the other day telling me that they had to pay 10 grand on a quick new AC unit. To me, that's mental. I'd have had to have climbed in the fridge.
Hey, hello, mate. Have a come. Get out.
Don't be nice.
Get out.
Don't
I'm in
grab me
court.
like that. Be
Criminal
nice.
damage at the moment.
Be nice.
I'd have been buggered. But anyway, let's get on with it.
10 American things foreigners will never fully understand, no matter how many American movies you watch or how much American culture you consume online.
See, that is massively something I've noticed since I've been checking this out, and I don't know why I'd not noticed it before from movies and stuff. It's the sheer amount of buildings that have a lot of the Roman style columns, or is it Greek style? But these columns anyway.
Parts of life in the United States still feel impossible to fully explain. Millions of visitors arrive expecting one thing and leave talking about something completely different. From everyday habits to cultural quirks that locals barely notice, America has a...
See, this one's the White House, but the other one was Capitol Hill, I believe. Is this Capitol Hill?
To cultural quirks that locals barely notice.
Well, Capitol Building or whatever it's called. This is the White House, innit?
America has a way of surprising people at every turn. And while every region is different, the number one item on this list remains one of the most fascinating aspects of American culture today.
Wow,
10.
See that building then? This view, why is this, I don't know, this in a lot of movies, this kind of image here. It's reminding me of Spider-Man. I bet these buildings have been in Spider-Man, aren't they? Especially this clock tower looking building looks so familiar.
Of American culture today. 10. The obsession with ice. One of the first things many foreign visitors notice in America is the amount of ice.
See, ice, okay, I do understand it in a lot of the states that you've got there. Since I've started this, I didn't understand the obsession before I started this journey. You guys helped me out in the comments. But a lot of places it's like you've got your AC blaring, and it's you. If you haven't got ice in your drink, it's going to turn warm about instantly, and you want to cool yourself down. But I'm guessing that can't be in every That can't be in every state. You've got places like Alaska. Any Alaskans watching? Do you have ice in your drink? I feel as though you probably don't. I don't know. In your house, it's warm still, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But for me, I feel as though that the ice is because, yeah, you're used to it being cold with the AC and stuff. Maybe.
That appears in nearly every drink. Order water, soda, iced tea, or lemonade, and there's a good chance the glass will arrive packed with ice cubes. In many other countries, drinks may contain little ice or none at all, unless specific.
When you just go on holiday as well, we was always told that if you go abroad, don't have the ice. But perhaps that carried on in our minds that we just didn't want to use it here. But again, I'm drinking water here, and I know this will disgust a lot of you. Straight out of tap, no ice in it. Probably been sat here 10 minutes now, and the temperature in here is 19 degrees, so it can't be far off that if I'm honest. Actually, it's not. It's pretty cool. But no, I don't really like ice in my drinks. I don't know what it is.
Specifically requested. Walk into a busy restaurant during summer, and you can often hear the familiar sound of ice clinking against glass from nearly every table. For many Americans, cold drinks are simply part of the experience. Of course, preferences vary from person to person, but the reputation is widespread enough that it regularly surprises visitors. It may seem like a small detail, yet it often becomes one of the first stories travelers tell
when you do have an icy drink, whether it's just a normal drink like Coke or something like that, it does change the flavour to it. It tastes completely different when it's proper icy to... I don't want to say warm because it's never warm. I don't drink warm drinks. But it does change the flavour.
And they return home, and that's just the beginning. 9. Parking lots that feel endless. Many foreign visitors are stunned by the size of American.
See, this does stun me, right? Is this the business here, right to the left? I don't know if you can see my cursor, right to the left-hand side of the screen. You got. Is this the business for this car park? If so, what happens if you park right over here? You need to catch a bus or something to get to it. See, yeah, parking in the middle of here is nowhere close to anything. So that is pretty damn confusing.
American parking lots. In numerous
But car is king in most states over there, though, isn't it?
suburban areas, shopping centres, supermarkets, sports venues, and retail stores are surrounded by vast areas dedicated entirely to parking. A walk from the far end of a parking lot to a store entrance can sometimes take several minutes. This reflects the importance of cars in many parts of the United States.
Trying to think about the big. Oh, yeah, I was about to say biggest car park I've ever been into is a multi-story one, walking from the top to the bottom. But no, normal on the ground sort of car park. Not that big from one end to the other. It'll probably take less than a minute.
While public transportation plays a major role in some large cities, many communities are designed
have the space,
around
though.
driving. For visitors from countries with denser cities and less space devoted to cars, the sight can be striking. Looking across hundreds of parked vehicles under a wide open sky feels distinctly American. And the next item,
I'm guessing, unless you're in places like New York and that, you don't have many. What they call the high-rise car parks, the big building car parks like they're just shown there. Because you got that much land, there's no need really, is there? Oh, Tesla factory.
is every bit as large. 8. Portion sizes that seem unreal. American portion sizes have become famous around the world. Many
Hear about it a
visitors
lot.
order a meal expecting a standard serving and are shocked when a massive plate arrives. Depending on the restaurant, burgers, sandwiches, soft drinks, and desserts can be noticeably larger than what many travelers are used to. It's not unusual to see a meal arrive with a towering burger, a generous serving of fries,
See, it makes sense along the culture of having, I forgot what you call it, we'd call it a doggy bag over here. I don't know what I forgot what you guys call it, a takeout box. I don't know, a lot of you guys, not all the time, and I'm guessing it's not with every restaurant or place you go to, but they give you a box or whatever to take home what's left. That's not a thing here at all. I've never been in anywhere where anybody's asked for anything to take the stuff on, but if that's a part of the culture, taking stuff on, it's only fair that you get loads of stuff.
and a
your
large
money's
drink
worth.
sitting beside it. In many restaurants, taking leftovers home is completely normal. Of course, portion sizes vary depending on the restaurant, city, and type of
Makes
cuisine.
sense.
Not every meal is oversized. Still, the reputation for generous servings remains one of the most recognized features of American dining culture. And speaking of food and drinks, the next one often surprises visitors even more. 7. Free refills. For many foreigners, unlimited drink refills feel almost too good to be true. In many casual dining
It's a mad concept, the free refills, I think. You're not getting anything free unless it's tap water.
restaurants and fast food
Oh, but have I seen things though recently? A lot of places are stopping the free refills, I believe, in the US. So it was something I saw on YouTube. It might be real, it might not be.
chains across the United States, customers can often refill soft drinks, iced tea, or coffee without paying extra. In numerous other countries, every additional drink usually comes with an additional charge. A server may notice an almost empty glass and offer another refill before being asked. For first-time visitors, this can feel surprisingly generous. Not every American
See, here you must, they won't be giving you free drinks. They give you free salty stuff, so you have to buy drinks. It's giving free drinks. I don't know. I feel as though most places make their money off of drinks over here. Perhaps, I don't know. Food as well, giving skimpy portions out, but no, there's this thing we're trying to make people thirsty over here, so you have to buy drinks.
restaurant offers free refills, and practices vary depending on the business. Nevertheless, the concept is common enough that it has become a well-known part of the American dining experience. It's one of those small cultural differences that travelers remember long after their trip ends. But the next item operates on an entirely different scale.
See, the free refill thing, is it just in places like KFCs and McDonald's, or is it in like restaurants? And I'm not talking high-end restaurants, because I'm guessing it's not. But it's your everyday restaurant, you get free refills.
6. The passion for college sports.
Yes.
Many foreigners understand why professional sports.
I don't get it, but I'm going to learn to get it. I just know that there's extreme passion in college sports. College football is way bigger than NFL, I believe. Because the stadiums are nothing like... The college football stadiums are bigger than... better and more grandeur than... even the FIFA stadiums that they have. I say FIFA stadiums, I don't know what they're called, but soccer stadiums. It's mental. I've seen some videos where they've even had flybys over them as well.
Popular. What often surprises them is how important college sports can be.
They're
At major
cute, though, aren't they?
universities, particularly in parts of the South, Midwest, and other sports-loving regions, college football and basketball attract enormous crowds. Some stadiums hold more than 100,000.
That just reminded me then, right, a long time ago, I was like 13, I went to watch basketball in Sheffield, near where I lived at the time. Can't remember playing Sheffield Steelers against somebody else, and I can't remember whether it was yeah, it was Harlem Globetrotters. I'm gonna have to Google that later. I think it was definitely a stunt basketball thing. I'm not saying these guys are, I don't know if they are or not, but Harlem Globetrotters, and that was better than the actual basketball match itself.
Spectators, making them among the largest sports venues in the world. Fans wear school colours, attend.
It was probably a knockoff team version of the Harlem Globetrotters, but whoever it was, brilliant.
Tailgate parties and follow their teams with remarkable enthusiasm. Entire communities often rally behind local universities during the sports season. For visitors from countries where university sports receive relatively little attention, the atmosphere can feel almost unbelievable. Marching band.
Again, I know I stop a lot. People that watch my videos know that I do. I live in a tiny village and it's got a local football team. And the football field it's just a village green basically. And when they do play, when I drive, oh god, I feel bad when I drive past and stuff because literally it's just the wives and children of the players that watch it, you know. But again, it is a non-division team.
Packed stadiums and passionate supporters create an experience unlike anything they expected. And right in the middle of our countdown, we arrive at another entry that perfectly represents 10 American things foreigners will never fully understand. 5. Drive-through everything. Many countries have drive-through.
Drive-through banks, I've seen it where you put bloody tubes in that in something and it sucks it away out your hand. That's crazy. Don't know if that's all of them. I imagine some you just go to the window like you would a McDonald's or something. But I don't... Apart from fast food places, I don't think we have drive-through. Anything you have drive-through pharmacies and stuff, don't you?
Restaurants. America expanded the idea far beyond fast food.
But again, it all works together to entwine together, doesn't it? So, right, if you've got to park your car and walk for bloody ages because vast the car parks are, it makes so much more sense just to drive through these places, isn't it? Rather than have to... because you have to go to a different car park for new... To me, it seems like in a lot of these places how open it is, you have to like go from one store to another, going to different car parks, and if you have to park ages away from the shop, it'd be a nightmare. So if businesses can make it so you just don't have to get out your car and drive through it all, it makes so much more sense.
Depending on the region, visitors may encounter...
Crazy how cultures get 4 minutes, do you know what I mean?
...to drive-through coffee shops, pharmacies, banks, car washes, and other services.
Oh, we have drive-through car washes, right? Obviously you got the ones that where it's mechanical and it does with the spinny things on it and all that, whatever they're called. And there's ones as well where these fellas with jet washers and all that. But Unless it's a different thing, a drive-through. I don't know.
In some communities, people can complete several errands without leaving their vehicles. This convenience is part.
I'm pausing. I was just about to say what I was thinking. Right, I know I paused a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you've got to go out and do a few errands, it'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Having to park in loads of different car parking spots.
Banks, car washes, and other services. In some communities, people can complete several errands without leaving their vehicles. This convenience is partly linked to the country's car-oriented infrastructure in many areas. For people who drive daily, these services can save time and simplify routine tasks.
Is that a double-decker bus there? I didn't know you guys had double-decker buses over there.
Imagine picking up coffee, collecting a prescription, and handling banking business during the same trip with minimal walking. To many Americans, it's practical. To many visitors, it's fascinating. Yet America's focus on convenience isn't the only thing that catches foreigners off guard. 4. Talking to strangers. Many visitors notice that Americans often seem willing to start conversations almost anywhere. Someone waiting in line may comment on the weather. A cashier might ask how your day is going. A fellow passenger could start a brief conversation while waiting for a flight. This doesn't happen everywhere, and regional differences certainly.
I'm not going to lie, I get caught off guard because it doesn't happen that much here. I can stand in a shop queue and not speak to anybody. You might just like nod at people and stuff like that. But make eye contact with somebody and say, "You're right," and they say it back. And then they eventually say something that you have to answer with a real answer to it. Like my brain kind of pops, and I stumble on my words a lot. Even more than I do when I'm recording. It does throw me when people start conversating with me that I don't know.
Certainly exist. However, in many parts of the United States, casual small talk is relative.
But again, it does go both ways. I will randomly start talking to people sometimes, and it throws them off. It's like, do. So
This doesn't happen everywhere, and regional differences certainly exist. However, in many parts of the United States, casual small talk is relatively common. For some visitors, these interactions feel welcoming and friendly. Others initially find them unexpected because social norms differ in their home countries. Either way, it is one of the most memorable aspects of everyday American life.
See, that needs to. The internet helps rub some of that off over here because it can be depressing. If you stood in a shop queue and you stood there for like 5 minutes plus or whatever, and people are just like looking around or staring at the floor. No one wants to make eye contact. No one's barely any chatter whatsoever. I'm telling you, it can be depressing sometimes. But if you're in and out, it's all right. But if you've been in the queue long enough and you made eye contact with the same person more than twice, you've got to start making small talk then. Usually start with the weather.
And the next entry is visible almost everywhere. 3. The visibility of the American flag. The American flag is highly visible across much of the United States. Visitors frequently see flags displayed outside homes, schools, businesses, government buildings, sports venues, and public spaces. During national holidays, the number of visible flags often increases significantly. Drive through many suburban neighborhoods and you'll likely spot multiple flags displayed on a single street.
See, since all the craziness, you guys know, because you're on internet, all the craziness that's been going on with people trying to say flags are bad, our flags are bad. I know they've said it about yours too, saying that, where are you? That one there, saying it's all bad and that. Since they've been saying that, right, yeah, there used to be the other St. George's flag and Union flag flying about and that. But now it seems like just about everyone's put them up because it was told they can't, they've put them up.
Visit a sporting event and the flag may be prominently featured.
So I 100% do get it.
Before the game begins. The level of visibility often stands out to travellers because practices differ from country to country. What feels ordinary to many Americans can feel unusual to visitors seeing it for the first time. And while flags are easy to spot, the next item is impossible to miss.
Like this pink building here, impossible to miss. This looks like some sort of film studios for some reason.
2. The sheer size of the country. Many foreigners know America is large.
That's a cool
Fewer
effect.
truly understand just how large it is until
Words I've never said before. That's a cool river. That genuinely looks like a cool river.
2.
Is that a footbridge or is it cars on there? I can't tell. But wow, crazy looking bridge. Looks cool.
The sheer size of the country. Many foreigners know America is large. Fewer truly understand just how large it is until they visit. The United States stretches across multiple time zones and contains deserts, mountains, forests, farmland, coastlines, and some of the world's
And each one looks like a different planet.
largest metropolitan areas. Traveling with
This area, it looks very, very, very south coasty down here. Cornwall area, or that sort of thing. Looks very like that here.
between destinations can require far more time than visitors initially expect. A journey that looks manageable on a map may involve hours of driving or
No.
a domestic
No. See, look how small England is, UK, whatever. Right, you can't even see that in. To be fair, you might be able to just about see everywhere in 5 years, maybe. In America, you're not seeing it all at all, ever, are you? Not in a lifetime.
flight. In some regions, highways stretch toward
I know you can get state to state because I did ask before. Someone in comments let me know if you've been to all states, and somebody did. I can't remember what the name was that I read. Someone had been to all states. So yeah, you can get to all states, but you can't visit everywhere in all the states, can you?
initially expect. A journey that looks manageable on a map may involve hours of driving or a domestic flight. In some regions, highways stretch toward the horizon with little visible development in between. Because of its size, experiences vary dramatically depending on where you are in the country. Life in one state can feel very different from life in another, and that leads perfectly to the final entry on our list.
Final.
1.
That went
The
quick.
American Dream. More than anything else, foreigners often struggle to fully understand the emotional power of the American dream. The phrase means different things to different people. Generally, it refers to the
Right, for me, the American dream is free market. You got so much opportunity. Get your funds up working for somebody a little bit yourself. Once you got your funds, start your own thing, get your own thing going. Capitalism. That to me is yeah, married, kids, all that. But fundamentally, to me, the American dream, first thing that pops into my head is making it financially. But obviously, all the other stuff that goes with it, the wife and kids and all that.
belief that opportunity exists and that individuals can improve their circumstances
Yeah.
through hard work, determination, education, entrepreneurship, or personal achievement. Many Americans grow up hearing stories about people building businesses, pursuing ambitious careers, buying homes, or chasing goals that once seemed impossible. Of course, perspectives on the American dream vary widely, and people debate what it means in modern America. Yet the idea remains deeply woven into American culture and identity. Visitors can understand the concept intellectually. What can be harder to understand is how strongly the idea influences the hopes, ambitions, and outlooks of many Americans.
Would be such a successful country if that outlook weren't there, right? Okay, so
Perhaps that's why it remains one of the most fascinating aspects of life in the United States. From giant portions and college football to endless highways and everyday small talk, 10 American things foreigners will never fully understand reveals why the United States continues to fascinate visitors. The more closely you look at American culture, the more surprising details you discover. Thank you for
I understand the flag one. I kind of understand the college football one. Kids of the future and all that. Best to be training them as athletes and putting all the effort into them as they're younger, right? That makes sense. Flag 100% get. But what was the other one that I got as well? I can't remember what the other one was now. But yeah, the flag one, obviously. Keep your flags up. Right, if you guys enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up if you want to consider subscribing. That'd massively help me out. And thank you very much to all you guys that already are subscribed. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye.